as a scientist and as a designer, I have a duty to tell you that truth is broken. And what I mean by truth, I mean the way we were taught in school how the world works in science, the way we are taught as designers, what we can create, is incomplete and inaccurate, and it is blocking our potential. I have a duty to let you know that. Now, this discovery was accidental. It started off innocently enough. I had a company called Girlapproved. It's an innovation and design company, and I teamed up with high school and college-age girls, and we were going to redesign the future, a happier, healthier future. All right? Well, we start working with a company called Varsity. Varsity is all things cheerleader. The camps, the competitions, they own cheerleading. All right? We get an assignment. Now, this is just one example. I want you to know one example of millions of examples I can show of how we lost truth. But anyway, here we are. We're called upon it to redesign the tracksuit so it fits a girl's body better. Easy enough. So we're busy doing our designs. We're really happy with our progress. And then all of a sudden, they make a request. Hey, girls, could you put these mascots on your great uniforms? It's like, what? We start looking at the national catalog of mascots that all schools are required to use. And they look like this. They're like frickin' thugs. They're violent, and they're angry, and they're brutal, and they want to hurt you. And we thought, I don't want that on my cool tracksuit. Who wants this meanie? So I go back to Varsity, and I'm like, can we fix these mean mascots? And as we looked at the history of mascots, we realized they were getting more violent by the second. Anyway, they agree. So here we go, la, 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 la. All right, what should we do? How do we reinvent these mascots? So we consider more attractive men, maybe, not mean men, more handsome, maybe. We consider really cute ones. Loved these. And then, right when we think we're making some progress, a 5-year-old enters the room and says to us, why are you girls drawing boys? Oopsie, sorry. Oh, well, that was a problem. I'm running an innovation group of all girls, blind spot in perception. Here's why. I've never seen a girl mascot. I had no idea that one could exist because it had blocked from my reality. I'd been taught mascots are boys. In fact, Google makes it worse. It's increasing this blind spot. Why? Because I search, and that's all I see. All I see, all I know. So anyway, I have to go back humbly to Varsity and say, do you mind if we make some girls? And they say to us, Varsity, here's the executive team. They have advocated for females for 40 years, invented cheerleading, got cheerleading as a sport. They are so pro-female, and they say to themselves, is that legal? Can we do this? It sounded like a naughty thing to change, to actually add females to the universal catalog of mascots. That's sad. You know what this is? It's a blind spot in our needs. Here we talk about being equal. We can't even imagine ourselves as a mascot? Well, anyway, they said yes. Next. Okay, but what is a mascot? But it's not really just a character. What we're really talking about is something much deeper. It's the symbols of power. It's the symbols of leadership. It's what we consider authority, what we consider strength. And guess what? We're only looking at part of that. We've become more and more aggressive, and that's our model of leadership today. What's that mean when we go to solve big questions like politics? Here's the dimensions today that we're designing. Dangerous, intimidating, violent. Cool, what kind of world is this going to lead to? Not just for women, but men. Anyway, we even know how to visualize this. When girls start drawing, boys start drawing, all of a sudden the fangs come out, claws come out, super like muscles. This is a shared language. How'd that get in our head? Well, let's get on to the girl side, or the balance side. What's the feminine dimension of a mascot? Leadership, power, strength, authority? We don't know. It's an unknown. And guess what? What does it look like? Well, I certainly wasn't going to draw girls with giant muscles and fangs carrying weapons. So we don't even know what this looks like. How could we be in this era and not know this? Anyway, what is the girl mascot blind spot? We have no friggin' idea. because it needs to be invented. We have no internal reference point. So anyway, we start writing words. Is it collaborative? Is it precision, strategy? That makes sense. So we partner up with She Says. She Says is 5,000 creative women of advertising and design, and we host this contest, a global team of the best women. And we're like, okay, let's do this. Let's give female mascots to the future. Guess what? The contest got canceled. Why? It was too hard. Blind spot in creativity. We don't even understand how to imagine this. We've lived in a world where we're looking at the world from one dimension, a masculine dimension. We can't even imagine that strong girl. This is a tragedy. Anyway, so we get busy. We're like, okay, fine, we'll do it then. And we start drawing these girls. Yay for us. But guess what? We're still wrong. We're still stuck in the blind spot. This isn't the truth. The real problem, science is broken. It's incomplete and inaccurate. Let's go back and figure, here's the true problem. I ask, who am I? Be it a man or a woman, what am I made of? Am I my physical self? Am I all this bones and my muscles? Am I my organs? Or am I something else? My psyche, my drives, the feelings, my energy. That's the feminine side. Well, guess what? We are both. Girl is both, man is both, world is both. There is, at the smallest level that we can divide the world up, it's both. That is the truth. It is a scientific truth. We are indivisible and interdependent, feminine, masculine, matter and energy one. But we got a problem. Many years ago, in ancient times, we considered we had two senses to understand both those dimensions. We had ears, eyes, nose, the masculine outside senses, and we had what was called an internal sense, the inner eye. This has been, since the dawn of time, we use this other sensory system. We call it the gut. But in 1600, the scientific method came along and it cut that thing out. It said, oh, that's no truth going in there. That's art, that's spirituality. There's nothing subjective, it's personal. That's just how you feel. They ain't no truth in that. Well, they were wrong. And we started to model the world with one dimension, the scientific model, and guess what? A blind spot became our reality. And we started not to build from a truth of who we are and what our true needs are. We lost touch with that. We started to create stuff with holes in it, and then we didn't feel good. We felt worse. What is the truth of mascot? Interdependence. It's not man versus woman. Men and women working together. We each have feminine and masculine sides. A man without his emotions, not understanding who he is and his drives, he ain't healthy either. We're both. And we're a team. And we need to act like a team and live like a team. We need to explore this part of us, lost in men and women. This is about the difference between building a world that's toxic, because to be in it, we deny half of ourselves, and right now that's the energy side, or a world that's healing, that nurtures that other part, the other dimension of power and strength that we all have. Oh my God, I turned it off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway. Well. Okay, everybody, you think, oh, that's poetic and everything, but money makes the world go round. Guess what? There's a ton of money in truth because we have all of these unmet needs just waiting to be explored. Guess if a girl was asked, 99% of all girls wanted the female mascot. They identified with her, but she couldn't ask for it because it was lost in her blind spot. We don't know who we are, so we can't ask for what we need. That's bounty of opportunities for creativity. Now, I'm not just about girls. I'm about design and science, living and creating a world where both parts of us, masculine, feminine, matter and energy, can come together forever and be whole. And that's it. It will release so much beauty beyond what we can imagine. That's all.